Okay, welcome back. Where we left off, I was working on the stitching. So we still want to add stitching all around this first edition sheet. And so to do that, we go to embellishments and select staples and stitching, very vanilla stitching. We're just going to drag that over and crop it, and during the break I went ahead and did the top, so now I'm working on the sides. And when you do this, make sure, I know that it's a little touchy, but you can nudge this up to make sure that you get the whole bit of stitching and then grab it down. And then when the arrows are parallel like that, it's easy to widen and make it where you want. Okay, so now we've got that stitching, and we are going to go over here and rotate it so it's vertical. Let me see if I've got this right. It looks like it's still way too long, so I'm going to hit crop again, and we're going to bring it up a little bit. See if I've got it. Let's bring it back over. Now I've got it too short. So you just keep playing with it until it's about right. And seems to want to move every time. And that's almost close. Anyway, once you get it done, then you can add your drop shadow and then hit Control C for copy and Control V for paste and bring it over to the other side. All right, so the next step is to add the flowers. So we're going to go to our stamps over here in the resource palette, and I've already selected, I went through browse and I selected first edition and opened that up, and I'm going to add these flowers at the top, and I'm going to color them soft suede, and they are at 80%. So we'll bring the opacity down to 80%. And I have it down here in the corner. So you can see that once again, I need to crop it so that it's not hanging over. So you just kind of eyeball where it was that you nudged it over, kind of give it a shot, and you know, if it works, fine. If you have to go back and adjust it, look at that, I did it pretty good. Okay, now I'm going to Control C, Control V again, copy that and bring it up. And obviously I'm going to have to go back into my crop tool because now I want it to crop more like on the top. So let's try that and see how it fits in here, because what I want to do is kind of match up the stems right here and make it go all the way up to the top. And I can see that I didn't do it right. I want to cut off the top here, so I'm going to hit the crop tool again and bring, let's see, we're going to bring this down a little bit more like this, I think. Sometimes you got to kind of give this a go a couple times and it moves on you every time. So it's a little bit of a tedious. Let's see, I want to get the tops of these flowers, so I'm going to give it one more shot here. Bring it down about like that. But you can see what I'm attempting to do here, and eventually you get it dialed in. I got to go back in and chop that part off. Okay, but I'm going to move on to the next step. The next step is to add the butterfly. So we're going to bring that in, and you can see it's just like huge. So we got to drag it down and grab the corner, make it a lot smaller. Some of these earlier stamps came across really big until they started coming up with the SVGs. And so you kind of got this problem on some of these earlier ones. Okay, now what I want to do is come over and mirror and flip. Yeah, there we go. So that's about right, and I'm going to bring it down a little bit more. My proportions are probably a little bit off, but you can copy my original. Okay, and then we're going to change the color to Rich Razzleberry. Here we go. Okay, and let's see. The next step is that we probably want to add these 2 flag punches. So let's go to our punches, and under extras, open that up. Down here a little bit, you're going to find this flag punch. This is what I used for the 2 banners. So bring that over, rotate it onto the side, and then we obviously want to make it a lot smaller. So we're going to bring it down. I think it was about like that. And I think I even kind of pulled it and stretched it a little bit. And colored it Rich Razzleberry. So we're going to do, I'm sorry, not paper fill. Cancel that. We're going to color fill it with Rich Razzleberry. Okay. And add a drop shadow. Okay. And then beneath that, what I did, let's actually Control C, Control V. We're just going to copy and paste that. For the next one, I actually cropped it, and I just did the bottom part. Oops. Why did it do that? Bring that over like that and kind of bring it right to that little V right there. Make sure it's all the way on the bottom. And then I just, let's get this so it's not overlapping that other one. So we can grab it, and I stretched it up like that. Brought it over here. Nudged it up. And then what we're going to want to do is go up again to the layers and say send backwards. That will send it behind this first one. And then we want to change the color to Elegant Eggplant, which is up here. Okay. And the next thing we want to do is go to our embellishments and select Baker's Twine up here. And I used the early espresso. So here is the Baker's Twine. And I cropped this so that it's about the size of the card, just hanging over a little bit, because what I did was copy and paste it 4 times, and I just crisscrossed it so that it would meet about right here. So you can go Control C, Control V, and then grab the new one and rotate it a little bit differently. You're going to have to play with this a little bit to make it come out just right, but continue doing that 2 more times so it crisscrosses. And then we are going to add a ticket. Now, I got mine from the punches. It's under labels and tags, and it's called Tag It Punches. If you don't have that, you can use the Get It Done punch. And I use this ticket here, and I color filled it with Craft. And then I went to my stamps, and I found the Tag It stamps, which is way down here in Designers. And they have this cute little border. It goes around, if I can find it. Here it is, ticket border. I put that on and colored that with the Elegant Eggplant. And then the last thing I did was add the friend stamp. Now, I'm going to teach you how to use this global tool now. This is a really good tool. Let's say you want to say something and you know you have a million stamps, but you